Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're back at Disney California Adventure Park. We're going to do this soft opening of the 2023 Food and Wine Festival. It's going to be so exciting. We're going to try some yummy foods and also talk about everything that you guys need to know when it comes to starting this festival. So stay tuned. Before we get started with today's video, guys, if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you guys do enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed and tap that notification bell to be notified when we do drop a new video. So let's get started.
All right, guys, we're here at Hollywood Studios. Our first booth is going to be LA Styles, and we have the glazed barbecue pork belly here. So this is a nice pork belly with a mac salad, and it has some pepper flakes right on top of it. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a try. I believe this is a returning item, and if I remember correctly, it was really, really good. So let's dig right on in. Right off the bat, it's really hard to cut. I feel like this should be something that's really tender. And I feel like that's gonna be kind of a fattier piece, but we'll see. Not a good first bite overall. I feel like this was one of the more fattier pieces that we've gotten in this festival. So the flavor was very nice. I just wish that the pork was a little bit more tender and less rubbery per se. Let me go ahead and give the mac salad a try. That's always my favorite thing with Hawaiian food. So here we go. That's really nice and creamy. Almost a little bit too much mayonnaise. But overall, I think the winner for me in this dish is the mac salad. All right, so as you can see here from cutting, this right here is the actual meat part. The rest of it is just fat, and this is definitely overcooked.
So you can see in this dish, like the meat is on top and it's just really, really fatty. If you see, like it's almost like 1/4 has meat. So yeah, I don't know even if I even want to give this a shot. It looks kind of disgusting if you ask me. And yeah, this is just looks like pure fat. So I think I'm gonna pass on this dish. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm gonna pass on even trying that pork belly. It just looks disgusting in my eyes. So let's go ahead and try the mac salad though. Okay, so the mac salad's not too bad. You could definitely tell though that it's like overdone with the mayonnaise, like Nicole said. I don't know, the seasoning is really good, but so I don't even know about this dish. I'd probably give it like a 1 out of 5. It's just terrible. I don't know if it's just because today's the soft opening or not, but yeah, this is a no-go.
Also from LA Styles, we have the Impossible Euro style naan. So there is a layer of hummus, some Impossible ground beef, dried chickpeas, and the tzatziki sauce. I always butcher that, but let's go ahead and give this a try. This is also a returning item, so already you can tell that the naan isn't really too soft. It's kind of like a frisbee, but let's take our bite here. I don't even know how to hold it to get everything. So that bite was actually really good. The flavor of the Impossible meat, the hummus, and the dried chickpea, it had that extra crunch. It was actually delicious. I would just say my least favorite part was that naan bread. I wish it was a little bit softer. But overall, I think I would give this a 4 out of 5.
Already, like she says, I do believe it kind of feels like a frisbee. It's really dense. So let's give it a shot. Like, it's not bad, but it's not good per se. You can definitely get the crunch with the chickpeas. The naan is really like dry, and it is really, really thick. But the tzatziki sauce inside tastes really excellent. Definitely like tzatziki sauce that I like. Let's go ahead and try like a little piece of the Impossible meat. The Impossible meat's really good. It's definitely seasoned like Euro meat, so you can definitely taste that. I really do like that factor of it. So the hummus is a little bit spicy, so if you're not into like spicy foods, this might not be the best one for you. Maybe a spice level of like 3. It's not like overly spicy where you cannot eat it, but overall, I think with all the flavors and everything that this dish does say that it is, I would probably give it a 3 out of 5 just because of that bread. I really feel like in dishes like this, the naan makes all of the difference. So yeah, if you want something like a vegan meal or a plant-based option, this would be your guy.
Lastly, from LA Styles, we have the Echo Park cooler. So it contains flavors of raspberry, lychee, and they also garnished it with a lime. Raylani's already dug into this, as you can tell, so I'm gonna go ahead and give it a try. Really refreshing. It's not overly sweet. I feel like I can almost taste like the sweetness factor wants to be there, but it's like a little bit watered down. Almost smells like a shampoo type of deal going on here. But overall, I think I would give this a 3. It's kind of like in the middle. It's good, but it's not bad. So A 3 is what I'm gonna give this.
I'm really excited about this one. I thought it was kind of cool that they used like Echo Park for the name, so let's try it out. Ooh, yeah, really refreshing. You can definitely taste the lychee and the raspberry syrups like this thing is saying. I like the lime. It does have a little bit of a tang to it. Yeah, it's really good. And not really overly sweet, which again is a huge deal when it comes to trying drinks like this. I feel like a lot of the times it's like overly sweet and you just can't enjoy the dish, or in this case the drink. So yeah, in my opinion, I'd probably give this like a 4 out of 5. This is really, really delicious. So guys, if you are coming here and you want to try something, try it out LA Styles. You won't be disappointed with this drink.
So our next item is from I Heart Artichokes. We have the artichoke pizzetta. I hope I'm saying that right. And it looks like there's some roasted artichokes on here. There's a cream cheese base with sun-dried tomatoes and garlic. It looks like it's topped on a naan bread. There's also some pickled onions and some type of like green garnish. I'm gonna go with maybe parsley or basil, but let's go ahead and take our bite here. I also forgot to include that there's a drizzle of olive oil on top of it, and that's kind of like the first thing I noticed as soon as eating this is it's really oily. I still have the oil on my lips. And then right after that, the next flavor I tasted, I got some of the cream cheese, but the pickled onion was overpowering it. And then I vaguely got the taste of the roasted artichoke in that. I feel like the flavors kind of complement each other, but definitely that pickled onion was too overpowering and the olive oil was just not it. I feel like they should cut back on that. I think I would give this a 2 out of 5.
I really do enjoy artichokes and stuff like that, so quite excited for this one. Let's dive in. That is really, really good. But like she says, I feel like all over my lips I have the oil, so if anything I would try and cut back on that. A really, really strong taste. I do kind of like all the things that are on top of it, like the pickled onion definitely adds a nice taste to this. The texture is really good. It's kind of like a soft crunch, if that would make sense to you. But again, I feel like there's just so much olive oil that you're tasting in this entire thing that makes it really overpowering. So I don't know, like I don't think I would get this again. And it's just like really cheesy too at the same time. I feel like maybe picking like a cream cheese or like the cheese topping would probably be ideal. So not a great start to this video. I would give this probably a 2 out of 5. But yeah, let's try some other booths. Also guys, something we want to point out, it looks like as of today, you can start using your magic band to go ahead and interact with different things around the park. So keep that in mind when you're over here. Raylani has been really good lately. I'm thinking about buying her this awesome little Grogu. So with season 3 starting, I think you need it. All right, Raylani, here you go. I guess we should probably take the plastic off of it.
Yeah, here, let's get it open for you.
Okay, so apparently it's actually a light. And it makes noise.
He makes noises.
That's
He
funny.
just sounds like a whiny baby.
There you go.
Glow. So it's a glow one.
That's cool. Also, one thing to keep in mind, guys, is there's these different like kiosks around the park that'll kind of show different things on it. So when you are coming tomorrow, you'll be able to see everything that this thing has to offer. So the next thing that we're going to be trying is going to be in here. So keep in mind, guys, there are 2 booths that are located over here. Looks like we have Delish, and it also looks like we have Berry Patch.
We got a Cubano slider. I love Cubanos sliders. I shouldn't say sliders. I love Cubano sandwiches. I'd rather have a big portion of it, but this will do just as fine. This is nice and hot. They're already getting my vote because it was fresh. So this is slow roasted pork. There's some ham, some Swiss cheese and mustard, and of course a nice fat pickle on there. So let's go ahead and get this. Ooh, there's even some steam. It's really hot.
There we go.
All right. The aroma is fantastic.
Dude, that pickle's huge though.
I know. I
What
can't
the
even
heck?
get it because it's actually too hot. So it's okay though. All right, let's put it on its side right here. Ooh, hot. Okay.
Normally it's cold,
I
and
know.
this is awesome.
The bottom layer of the bread just kind of melts away because the meat is on there and it's nice and hot. And then you get the saltiness of the pork and the pickle together. My bite actually wasn't too big because there is a lot going on. Overall, I think I would give this a 4 out of 5.
on. So I kind of have to like do this to get the thing off, but wow, it looks really intense. Okay, so with this one, I really feel like it's kind of like overdone with the amount of ham that you're getting in here. It's almost like 1,000 slices, so the bite was really, really salty. So kind of keep that in mind. I just want to try the pork by itself. Mustard pork is really good. It's a little bit sweet, but you can definitely taste the mustard. I don't know about the ham part though, just because it's like overly salty. I feel like maybe half the ham would have been good. The Swiss cheese does taste fantastic. I think the pickle's perfect for this. And the Hawaiian bread, like, you cannot go wrong with that. So overall, I'd probably give this dish a 4 out of 5, just because that saltiness, I didn't like that factor. But again, I could probably just remove some of the ham. I'd rather them give more than not enough. So yeah, keep that in mind when it comes to this dish.
From Berry Patch, we have the blueberry pancake cold brew. What an interesting choice for this year's coffee. And this is non-dairy cold brew, so I'm really excited. I like the little streusel that's on top. I'm assuming there's some berry flavors in the cold foam, so let's go ahead and let's try the top first. Wow, definitely tastes like I'm eating, I wouldn't say like a pancake, but maybe like a blueberry cereal. That's really tasty. So let's mix it a little bit. Very refreshing. I feel like we always lean towards the churro toffee cold brew, but this is delicious. I actually really enjoy this. I get very subtle hints of blueberry, but it's not overwhelming. This for me gets a 5 out of 5.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just give it a full mix now. So I appreciate you trying to let me see it that way. All right, here we go. A little bit more mix, I should say. Wow, that's good. That is really, really good. So as you mix in a little bit more of the top in there, it allows for each sip to have a little bit of a crunch, kind of like you would with a pie. So I think that's pretty cool. Again, it's not overly sweet, and I think that's why I do like it. The cold brew is really subtle. Blueberry's perfect. Honestly, this, in my opinion, would give it a 5 out of 5, just because everything that it says in this description, it nails spot on. So this, I would definitely get again. All right, so if you guys want a coffee, something different, something really delish, you can go to Delish.
Berry Patch.
Berry Patch, dang it.
Next from Berry Patch, we have Kenny's Family Cheesecake. I wanted to make sure I remember whose family it is. So
yes.
Kenny. So this is a cheesecake that comes with a mixed berry compote. So it looks like it's a thick layer of like marmalade or jam. So let's dig in. Oh, it's already kind of dense, I would say. Just digging your spoon in. I don't know if there's a crust on there. It looks like there's crust, but it looks like it's stuck on the wall. I'm like, what am I trying to say? So thick layer of jam and cheesecake. Out of here. All right.
Wow.
Woo!
Oh boy.
It's sour. Very, very tartness of the berries right there. For the cheesecake, it's kind of like buttermilky, or I don't know how to describe it. It doesn't have that classic like cheesecake cream cheese taste to it, but it's very delicious. I think I give this a 3. I don't know where to really rate it on the scale. It's not bad, but it's not my favorite cheesecake so far.
So I just tried a bite of this. Everything that Nicole said was pretty spot on, so I don't want to like repeat ourselves. So we're gonna move on to the next thing.
All right, guys. Lastly, from Berry Patch, we have the blueberry buttermilk pie. The presentation is just awesome. It's giving me like peacock vibes, like it's standing out. So I don't know. I think this guy's trying to tell us like it's the dessert. So this is a returning item. Let me try the frosting first. Nice little Cool Whip. Delicious, really refreshing and light. Let me go ahead and cut into the pie. I feel like I should have gone where there was more blueberry, but all right, there we go. Ooh. Oh no. Okay guys, I think I focused a little too hard on trying this, that it like grossed me out a little bit. The filling, I feel like last year was more like cheesy per se, like it was a little more solid. and this time it was more like on the squishier side. I don't know, it just like kind of grossed me out. The flavor's really good, it's very sweet. I don't know, I really wanted to love this and I don't today. So I'm sorry, you get a 2 for me, Mr. Peacock.
Okay, so with this one, I had to like put down the camera for a second because I really don't know how to even rate this one, or kind of like the flavor's just kind of everywhere. You can taste a little bit of that buttermilk. I do like the crust, but I don't know about it this year. Like the presentation's really cool, so I like that. But I don't know, in my case, I'd probably give it like a 2 out of 5. It's not, I don't know, it's just a little funky.
I think it's the texture that's just throwing everything out for the loop. So.
Yeah, because it's like you bite into it, it's like really creamy, but then you have a lot of crunch from the crust. I don't know. In my opinion, I'd probably pass on this one.
From nuts and cheese, we have the petite burrata. I don't know really how to pronounce the cheese, but I know that I do like it. We have a grilled ciabatta bread. We have tomato and olive jam is what is described, the burrata cheese, and then it has that topping there. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my bite. Actually, I want to smooth it over to get a bite included in everything. All right, let's try to spread this cheese deliciousness everywhere.
Wow, that's a lot of cheese.
Yeah, it usually looks like it's like a hard-boiled egg white or something. So let me go ahead. I don't even know how to grab this. Oh God, that was not the most beautiful bite, but it actually was really, really delicious. I got the sweetness from the jam. You taste that pesto topping and balsamic glaze, and that cheese is so refreshing. Again, it does not look beautiful when you bite it, but the flavor is there. This is a 5 out of 5 for me.
Here we go.
I think you're gonna love this.
Oh, so the cheese is, it's not like...
it's not
like
hard,
gooey.
no.
Oh, that's cool. All right, here we go. With this one, it kind of does taste like you're eating like a sun-dried tomato pizza. I know that's like instantly kind of like what hit me. The flavors are delicious and they all go together. And honestly, this is like one of my favorite things that you have at like weddings and stuff like that. So if you want an item that's actually really good and for a snack, make sure you pick this up.
All right, our next item from Nuts About Cheese, we have the Mickey-shaped macaron here, and this is absolutely delicious. This was one of the very first macarons I tried at a food festival, and I know that I enjoyed it from there on. So you're definitely getting a good bang for your buck if you're doing the tab option, but let's go ahead and get our bite here.
Dang.
Wow, that was a mouthful, but it was absolutely delicious. The macaron texture is very, very chewy. I feel like there's supposed to be like a little crunch to it or a crisp, but I got more of like a chewy sensation from it. Very chocolate, very peanut buttery. That gets a 4 out of 5 for me today.
Okay, for the Snickers macarons today. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and try this out. This is a fan favorite, so let's see if it lives up to it this year. If you love Snickers, this is the way to go. It really tastes like one, just in a macaron form. I think that's really all I can describe this as. So if you have a Snickers before, that's exactly what you're getting here. It's a little bit more chewy. I love the creaminess of the texture inside. So in my opinion, this would be a 5 out of 5.
Okay, from Uncork, California, we have the chocolate fudge brownie here, and it looks like there's some like walnut toppings right on top with some little stars on there, which I think is a great touch. Let's go ahead and go in for a bite here. Oh gosh, right away it's really hard to even get a spoon in here, so doesn't sell me on the fudge part right away. All right.
Dang.
Jeez Louise, okay. That's what that looks like. I feel like it's almost too much nuts. It's not bad, but it's not brownie texture. It's not light and airy and fluffy. It's just a dense brownie, but I love the walnuts, but it's almost overdone. I'm gonna give this a 3. I'm right in the middle. I don't know if I love it or not like it as much. I'm nervous for this one. This is the most controversial item. This is from Golden Dreams. We have the elote paleta. Last year there was an avocado paleta and the ice cream itself was really good. The toppings just made it a little weird. And this year they're just going straight corn. Like it's just all corn. I was surprised to see that they have dry freeze corn bits on top of it instead of having like fresh corn or like canned corn style. But let's just go for our bite. Pray for me, please. All right, even the cream is like grossing me out. My stomach's in knots. All right. Ooh. That corn on top is just flat out nasty. I would have probably been more like good with it if it was like fresh corn, but the corn is nasty. Right away, it's not even a lot of tahini, but you get that tanginess from the tahini on top of it. And it just tastes like you're eating a cream corn ice cream. But why would you want to do that? I don't know. The creativity is cool. 5 on the idea. Like it's really nice presentation, but the flavor is like a 1. Like, no, don't do it. Just give me a street corn in a cup, please. Hello?
It's just absolutely disgusting. I once you bite into it, again, you immediately taste like that corn tanginess, and it's like in a cream, which I don't understand. I don't know why they keep doing this, but this is a huge pass for me. I would say it's a 1 though, because it is everything that it does say that it is on the actual booth. So I give them that, but the idea is just, it's not good at all. Okay, so one thing I want to know as far as like that elote popsicle thing goes is like, I want to know who's like walking around the park like eating that like it's a normal ice cream. I don't know. Let us know in the comment section down below if you guys enjoyed like the avocado one from last year, or if you do end up trying this one, let us know your thoughts on it, because I just think it's absolutely terrible.
Here we have the Central California cooler. This is a returning item, and I absolutely loved it last year. It is so windy today. I'm gonna go ahead and get my drink. This is a peach puree, apples. It has just like very refreshing notes in it. So let's go ahead and take our sip. Guys, I'm sad. I don't really care for it this year. I feel like last year was like just on point. It was really refreshing. The sweetness level was there. Today it feels like if they got like a juicer and like just smashed in like apple peels, and it's a little bit on the bitter side. Maybe like if I mix the bottom it would be a little bit better. Let me give that a shot before I just absolutely knock it. Alright, it's a little more mixed now. Let's see. It made a little bit of a difference. I'm right in the middle for a lot of these things. I think today I'm gonna go with like a 3, because I feel like I shouldn't have to do that extra step. It's not hitting something for me, so I'm gonna give it a 3 today.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and try this drink out now. I love the concept. I do like that dry like apple on the top, so kind of fun. Strong flavors there. So I do kind of almost taste the peach more than I taste the apple. It is a little bit like sour in my opinion. Let me try one more sip though. So it is really good. It's more kind of like syrupy, so it's a little bit more thicker than kind of like the normal like water taste that you would get. I don't know, in my opinion, I probably would agree with Nicole. It's probably like a 3 out of 5, because like it is what it says it is, but I'm just not a huge fan of it. It is a little bit more sour, which I personally do like, but I know some people who go into like a juice or something like that want a little bit more sweet, so kind of keep that in mind when it comes to this drink.
So our last item from today at Golden Dreams is going to be the roasted beet, goat cheese, and pesto flatbread. I don't like goat cheese, so I'm not really too excited for this. I don't think I've ever really had beets like that on an occasion, so go in with an open mind. I feel like I need to get the beet in there, so scoot you right there. Oh. Definitely like the cheese creeps up at the very end. Thankfully the pesto kind of like covers everything, so for me I like that I don't taste everything else, but I don't feel like you're getting to taste everything that it's describing. I'm gonna give this a 2.
All right guys, we're making our way over here to the Pacific Wharf, but just wanted to point out new construction's happening since the last time we did an update. So you can see they're working on the facade of this area over here. It's gonna be quite interesting to see what they come up for San Fran, Tokyo. All right guys, so just a reminder, this is actually where you can find all of the festival merchandise. It's gonna be changed over tomorrow. So come over here and see what they have. Wait for tomorrow's video and we'll show you everything that is here. Also, another thing to keep in mind are these kiosks that are kind of like posted up all around the park. What you'll see is it shows like live music, like who's gonna be here, which is really neat. It's always good to just kind of like sit down, listen to some music. And then also, guys, over here, you can find in these drawers. Today they had some, they've been running out. But basically what you'll find in here is these like little passport books. And we'll have Nicole kind of break this down in a second of like what's inside. And then you also have a map that kind of shows everything that's at the park. And if you guys want, go ahead and screenshot the screen so you can kind of have it already on hand for tomorrow. And then we'll make our way to the other side. Looks like the different offerings they have this year are the Jammin' Chefs. So this is a really cool kind of like fun thing to watch. Got some music and stuff like that. One thing that we do want to take the baby to, I know it says 3 to 11 and you know Raylani's only 1, but just to go see, we don't have to necessarily like participate fully in it, but to see this, the Alice Wonderland Bakery, the baby really loves it. So that's one thing that we've been wanting to do for quite some time. Also, the last thing that we have is like the beer tasting, wine tasting, and all that stuff like that. So there are some times up here if you guys want to check that out. And then there's also different packages, so you can keep in mind for that. So yeah, keep all this stuff in mind, guys. Hopefully this was helpful.
All right, guys, from Seaside Souvenirs, there was some new ears that released. These are the Star Wars and Bubble Bar collaboration ears, and they actually have Princess Leia on them, which is these little silver, right here, these little silver decorations. I think these are absolutely stunning. I like how subtle it is, and it's not just like very gaudy looking. These will run you $54.99, and I think they're already off the shelves and gone. So if you see these, make sure you pick them up because they fly like they fly like a ship jumping into hyperspace. So make sure you get it. Something that's very fun and interactive to do is this little traveling passport here that they have for the Food and Wine Festival, or any festival in general. It tells you the different locations of the booth. It tells you the food items. It'll also give you some indicators on what is plant-based, what is kid-friendly, spicy, which I think is really, really helpful when you're making your decision on food choices. Once you go to that booth, you can actually have the cast member stamp, and it treats it like a little passport that you got to try all of the delicious foods there. And it also, I think in the back here, has a map of the park and tells you when there's some specific show times, music that's happening, any special type of parade. So if you want a little bit more structure on what's happening here at Food and Wine, make sure you pick up the passport. Since we came here for the soft opening, they still do not have the Sip and Savor Pass available, but we found a little imaging of it here on this little podium. So for people who do not have Magic Key, your pass would be $59. With Magic Key discount, it would be $54. And it looks like you have 8 tabs, right?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. So there's 8 tabs there. And again, you can only use these on food and non-alcoholic items. If you want to purchase an alcoholic item, you would have to pay with your cash or debit card or so on. So there's gonna be a lot of fun variety things that you can use these passes for, and yeah, we look forward to it. So we're coming to the end of our video. Just really quickly, for today's foods, most of these items were repeated, and honestly, for the cost that we did today, and again, we could have waited till Sip and Savor came out, but we want to make sure we get, you know, this stuff out to you. But for the amount that we paid today, only 3 or 4 items were actually like really worth it. So I think that's why we try to get this out to you, so that if you do the Sip and Savor, you're kind of just, you know, planning and really focusing on what you should try.
Right.
So I just wanted to put that out there, and yeah.
It's just like one of those things too, like where we spend like that much and like you only enjoy a couple things, but that's why we make these videos, especially these soft opening videos, because of the fact that it saves you guys some money, especially like when you come do these festivals, you kind of know what you want to try and what you don't.
Yep.
And we always say like we'll spend the money so you guys can save it. So that's one thing to keep in mind, but we hope you guys do enjoy the Food and Wine Festival here at DCA. When you do come here, tomorrow is the official launch, and it will run all the way till April 25th, I think.
I think that's the date. Yeah.
So with that being said, if you guys did enjoy this video in particular, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, tap the notification bell to be notified when we do drop a new video. And like we always say,
may you always have a magical adventure.
we'll see you next video, guys. Bye.